Minnesota.
At this time, I'd like to call the Crystal Council meeting to order. Let's start with our roll call.
Councilmember Banks.
Here.
Councilmember Budiszewski.
Here.
Councilmember Deschler.
Here.
Councilmember Kaiser. Absent. Councilmember LaRoche.
Here.
Councilmember Parsons is absent. Mayor Adams.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag
To the flag
of the United States of America
and
to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It was awesome.
You know, somehow I thought it would be easier with some of us here, but it was equally as challenging, I must say. We have before us an agenda, looking for a motion on the agenda. Brendan?
I make a motion to approve the agenda that's before us.
Awesome. Nancy?
I'll second.
All right, thank you. All members of roll call vote.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budiszewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Thank you. Consent agenda, I'll read that into the record at this time. Approval for the minutes of the following meeting, the council meeting from December 1st and the work session from that same date, 2020. And then approval of the list of license applications submitted to the city clerk. That list is on file in the office of the city clerk. Approval of the 2021 regular city council meeting work sessions and council meetings. That schedule, excuse me. Approval of a resolution designating the 2021 polling places. Approval of the reappointment and appointment of applicants to the Blue Line Business Advisory Committee and the Blue Line Citizen Advisory Committee, the Employee Review Board, Environmental Quality Commission, Parks and Recs Commission, and the Planning Commission. And then in approval of a resolution adopting the Crystal representative for the Bassick Creek watershed, as well as the Shingle Creek watershed. Approval of a resolution appointing the 7th member of the West Metro Fire Rescue District Board, and accepting the resignation of Andy Leopold from the Parks and Rec Commission. Approval of the summary of the December 10th closed council work session. Approval of a resolution approving the joint powers agreement between the state of Minnesota on behalf of the prosecuting attorney and the police department. That is our consent agenda. Looking for a motion on that. Julie?
I'll move approval of the consent agenda as read.
All right, thank you. Looking for a second.
So move.
Brendan, thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budiszewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Open forum. Anyone here wishing to speak during open forum? Seeing nobody? Seeing someone faking us out? We don't have anybody online or anything wishing to speak? All right. We will skip by open forum then. Move on to the regular agenda. First item on the regular agenda is the disbursements of $25,000 or greater. And I will read those into the record as soon as I get this binder off. Here we go. Health Partners, first item is Health Partners for the December health insurance premiums, the amount of $85,149. Golden Valley Joint Water Commission for the October water costs, $157,727. Lynn Investment Properties for refund of escrow, $60,309. Met Council for water service in December for $137,128. And then electric pump for the South Lift Station number 3, it's a replacement, $49,908. the Ford dealership, purchased for 3 new police patrol vehicles for $101,085. And then UHL Co. Inc. for the City Hall and Community Center HVAC systems. Minnesota Para for employee required contributions from pay date 11/27/20. And then the last item is waste management for October recycling costs, $52,200. Total disbursements, $25,000 or greater, is $740,976.13. First is, are there any questions from any council members on any of these items? Looking for questions. All right. Seeing none, looking for a motion? Okay. Julie?
I'll make a motion to approve the expenses over 25,000 as read.
All right, thank you. Nancy?
I'll second.
All right, roll call vote on that.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budaszewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Second item on the regular agenda is related to repairs of a stormwater pipe, and we have with us our Public Works Director, Mark Ray. Mark, welcome.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Pretty straightforward project here. We're looking at rehabbing a pipe due actually to a resident reaching out and having some concerns about an outlet. So we went and investigated it, and we definitely identified their concerns as well as some other ones. So in the 2021 utility fund that you have approved, there was $250,000 for structure rehab projects. This was kind of the project that was in mind there. Unfortunately, due to the scope of this, we do need to contract out the professional services side. It is a large diameter pipe. It's 6 feet in diameter. We also have to use a trenchless method, so we can't just open excavate to replace the pipe. We have to rehab it as it is, basically. It's also confined space, so whenever you go in there, you need to have a kind of a rescue team on standby should something go wrong.
Isn't that something we just tie a rope onto our engineer and send him in? No.
That has been done.
Okay, no.
Not in my time, and it's not recommended.
I'm aware it's been done. I'm just so grateful to know that it's not being done any longer.
We did reach out to Bolton and Minks Trenchless Group. We got a proposal for $57,834. That's everything assessment through construction inspection. So hopefully this will work here. So this is a photo of the outlet, I think, that originally raised the concern. The area you see circled in red there, it's kind of hard in this photo. You can actually see some of the concrete's missing. And if you look at it this way, so that line is where the drop off should be in the concrete, but you can see there's basically a chunk missing. The reality is this is because of salt from primarily the county system. They're definitely aggressive salt users. So when we talk about, a couple weeks ago, we talked about snow plowing and the city trying to be careful with how much salt we use for a number of reasons, one of them being infrastructure. This is the perfect example of why that matters, as we're missing a chunk. When you look in the pipe itself, we're standing right at the edge, so we're not in there, but you can see, again, along the bottom in the area circled in red, some of it's kind of the surface is worn away, and again, that's just salt corrosion taking place. Furthermore, the reason we do a trenchless, this shot, there's 2 of them. The one on the right is basically a settlement occurring in somebody's driveway. We are concerned that the pipe actually runs underneath this driveway, and we're concerned there's some holes in the pipe and dirt is basically slowly seeping in, kind of a quasi sinkhole, although it's not really a sinkhole because it's just going into the pipe. On the photo on the left, this is landscaping stuff above as well as the driveway. So this is why we can't just dig it up, is we'd have to tear through all this stuff. So that's just not practical for this application. So the motion before you is to approve the resolution authorizing the professional services contract with Bolton and Mink for the storm pipe rehabilitation. I should note, once the plans are done, this project will come back to you for final approval, and then we'll have to go out for bid because it's going to be an expensive project. With that, are there any questions?
Council members, any questions? Go ahead, Nancy.
Yes, Mark, unless I missed this, did you give an example as to when this might be done? Would it be spring?
Yeah, so the earliest will be a spring. The challenge we have is, this is the outlet to Bassett Creek. So, I mean, everything down Bass Lake Road comes this way. And so we have, when we line it, it goes out of service. So we can't do it when it's going to rain because we're going to have big problems. So either we're going to try to look for a dry period. We don't need all that long. I think it's 1 to 3 days. Either probably in August, we'll look for a dry period, or we might have to wait till the winter where we can actually just stop the flow, line it, and then put the pipe back in service.
Okay.
But again, because it's trenchless, residents other than right there where they'll see construction stuff going on, they're not going to notice anything else.
All right, John.
So is that pipe pretty much a straight shot all the way from the lake to where it connects up to the other drainage areas within the city? Or
it's really like the trunk line. So it runs, I think, all the way pretty much to the border with New Hope. And then everything kind of connects. I would say it's like the spine is the way to think about it, that everything connects to along the run. Like all the neighborhoods kind of generally, they come out and connect under Bass Lake Road there.
All right. Brendan, you had your hand up?
Yes. So, Mark, was this on schedule for any of our kind of like the capital improvement stuff, or was this a kind of spur of the moment?
Well, so we knew we have problems with this pipe. That was never a question. When I can't remember, I think it was either early this year or actually last year that we originally was put on our radar as like, hey, we got to move on this one. So it was included in all the budget work that you all looked at this year leading up to the approval you did. Everything, this was all included in that work effort.
Okay.
So it's a little planned. I mean, it's sooner than we would have liked, but we knew it was kind of lingering out there.
Yeah, that was actually, I guess, kind of where I was going. Was this something that were we already planning for this?
Correct.
Or is this,
yes, it was. Yep. So,
okay.
I mean, I think it went in, and when we had originally submit, it was put in back in March, probably.
Perfect. Thank you.
Julie.
I guess, since some of this is along, Bass Lake Road or Orchard, and that's a county road, I mean, is there any opportunity to share costs with Hennepin County, or is this our pipe?
It's our pipe, yeah. The county is pretty clear on who owns what, unfortunately, with stormwater. And where this section is actually is completely under City Street. It doesn't even get out to where the county road part of it starts.
All right.
But yeah,
Well,
no, the
dang.
county's pretty good about not
Dang is
assisting.
right. All right. Any other questions for Mark? All right. Seeing none, looking for a motion.
Julie?
Julie.
All right. I will make a motion authorizing professional services contract for storm pipe rehabilitation.
All right. Looking for a second. Therese.
I will second.
Thank you. Roll call vote on this item.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
And Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Thank you. All right. We have, for our third item, a joint powers agreement and a memorandum of understanding, and that's with the police department and the YMCA on a juvenile diversion program. Chief Revering is here to speak to us on that one. Welcome, Chief.
Hi, Mayor. Thank you, members of the council. I'm excited about this new juvenile diversion program that we were approached on by the city of Brooklyn Park. As you could see in the memo that was in your packet, they approached us in the city of Brooklyn Center due to the fact that we've seen a large increase in runaway youth in our three cities, but also the Northwest Hennepin County metro area. And because of that, we were able to get a grant from the Hennepin County Department of Community Corrections and Rehabilitation, and that grant will be awarded along with a JPA to the Brooklyn Park Police Department. And with those funds, the Brooklyn Park PD will contract with that grant and provide a youth intervention program to operate out of Zanewood Recreation Center in their city. And what our role will be is we will be tracking identified data from police perspective and provide info as needed, provide the oversight of services and outcomes from the contracted service, and we'll designate one of our representatives, which will be Sergeant Justin Tourville, to the initiative steering group. And we'll also designate patrol officers or other department representatives to participate in the program with engaging with the youth and this diversion program. It will not cost anything to our city because because of the grant, which is a nice thing. And another nice thing is the fact that the Brooklyn Park PD and the City of Brooklyn Park Finance will be monitoring the grant. So with that, I just need your consideration to approve the JPA and the Memorandum of Understanding with the cities of Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, and the YMCA. Any questions?
Sure, I have one. Will this ultimately end up becoming an on-budget item?
No, yeah, good question. No, I will tell you not at this time, not in 2021, or 2022 for that matter. I'm hoping that Brooklyn Park, I'm hoping that this is successful and that the grant opportunity will actually continue in 2023. That's what we're hoping for.
Awesome. All right, other questions?
That was my question.
All right. I got more questions. Related to the diversion, what types of things are they looking for? I hear diversion program. Somebody's got some good background noise, clunking. When I hear about diversions, usually it's related to a specific offense or something. Does this not have a specific offense?
Yep, it's for runaway youth.
Just runaway.
Yep.
Okay. All right, interesting.
And Mayor, and I could give you a little bit of brief history, not to take too much time, but actually the city of Crystal years ago had, you may remember juvenile specialist Susan Karstens worked for the city for a number of years, over 30, I believe, where she actually started the first ever juvenile curfew / runaway program in Hennepin County. And we were actually the folks that were, we were in charge, if you will, lack of a better term, of that program. And we received a grant at that time years ago, back in the 80s and the 90s. So Brooklyn Park has now received a very similar grant to what it is that we had before, but this is even, it's going to be even better for us because this is another avenue for us to be able to take a look at our juvenile population and the fact that they need assistance, especially if they're running away, and we need to help them. And that is the avenue that we're going to go down, is using Zanewood and the YMCA to help us with that.
Okay, so it's not necessarily, it's the diversion is diverting them from what?
So technically a juvenile runaway technically could be considered a I don't want to say a crime, but it is something that is on the books as a crime. So they're going to be diverted from the court system and into a program that's going to help them with what's going on in their lives. Clearly, they are running away for a reason, right? And so this is something that they're going to be provided with the resources to help them.
Okay. Yeah, that helps clarify. Thank you.
You bet.
Any other questions for the chief? All right. Looking for a motion?
Mayor, I think Julie raised her hand.
I do believe she did. Julie?
All right.
She better get ready.
I will make a motion for a joint powers agreement memorandum of understanding with Crystal Police Department and the YMCA on a juvenile diversion program.
Looking for a second, Brendan? Brendan seconds it.
Brendan?
Did you second that? I thought I saw your
I'm
hand.
sorry. I forgot that I muted myself because there was so much background. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I second that.
Okay, thank you. Let's do a roll call vote.
Councilmember Budaszewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, and our next item on the regular agenda, item number 4, is in relationship to 3 police squad cars, and Chief Revering will be addressing us on that as well.
Yes, thank you again, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. You may remember months ago me asking or telling you that Ford had told us that we better order our 2021 squad cars early because we didn't get our 2020 cars or 2019 cars until late in the year. And so we ordered them early with the anticipation that they weren't going to come in until late next year. Well, surprise, surprise, we got an early present this year, and they came in much earlier than anticipated. So these are the 3 replacement squads for 2021's budget, which you've already approved. And so I'm just asking for you to approve the resolution for the 2021 budget that's under the police equipment revolving fund that we have funds for.
All right. Any questions for the chief on this one? Brendan?
I guess not so much questions, just kind of more clarification stuff for the record. So we're not buying cars just because we're buying them, right? These are ones that I guess are kind of getting up there as far as in the age, and we kind of have an 8 to 10 year cycle. Is that right?
Yeah, so no, these are replacement vehicles. They're not replacement as in, we're not buying extra cars. These are cars that are replacing our cars that are at least have 80,000 or more miles on them. Yep.
80,000, not 8,000.
80.
Okay.
And 3 zeros.
John?
And Chief, if you could give Councilmember Banks the Bannock explanation as to why we need these cars, that would be pretty cool. I'd like to hear that again.
I don't know. Do I know the Bannock explanation?
The Bannock explanation is if you run these cars any farther than 80,000 miles, you're not going to be able to you're not going to take care of crime in the city. So
Yeah. No, that is absolutely true. I'm sure Councilmember Banks knows that, being a former officer, but yes, that is very true. Thank you, Councilmember Budiszewski. And we did extend, years ago when Chief Bannock was here, we extended our life of the car from 3-year 60,000 miles to 4-year 80,000 or more miles because we were figuring that we could extend the life. However, I will say this, even though we've made that extension, we are seeing an uptick in our line item for fixing police vehicles.
Yeah, I would imagine so, a little bit.
Just one last comment on that. So when he offered to go from 3 to 4, I said, why not go 5? And that's when he came down like a hammer. So anyways, just want to be very clear about that. So lesson learned.
All right, any other questions? Nancy?
Yes, Chief Revering, do you sell these at auction, or do they go into that or governmentcars.com place?
Yeah, no, we do sell them at auctions, so we do recoup some money back that goes back into the PERF fund.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go
ahead, Brendan.
I guess one last thing is probably more for the listening audience pleasure. And so we've set up a PERF fund, which is the police equipment revolving fund. That's where we keep that funded for these expenses. So it's not it's something that we just kind of continually plan for and budget for, right?
That's correct.
Yep. All right. All right, looking for a motion, Julie?
All right, I will make a motion for approving the police equipment revolving fund expenditures for the purchase of 3 police vehicles. Got to spend the money before Mark starts asking for stuff.
Right. That's not part of the motion.
No.
Looking for a second. John?
I second that motion.
All right, let's do a roll call vote.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser. I think you're muted, Councilmember Kaiser. Councilmember Kaiser, I think you're muted.
There,
Is she there?
muted, not muted.
My apologies. Aye.
Thank you.
Very good.
Councilmember LaRoche,
Aye.
Mayor Adams,
Aye.
Councilmember Banks,
Aye.
Councilmember Budiszewski.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Next item is the consideration of a resolution approving a new police station project.
Thank
And
you,
Our city
Mayor.
manager, Ann Norris, is here.
Thank you.
I'm thinking, city manager, chief, okay. I guess it's your turn.
Sure, why not? The chief is here to help when I stumble. So anyhow, as you'll recall, earlier this year, you approved the plans and specs for the new police station and authorized advertising for bids. Bids were open last week, and we got a whopping 176 bids. I was a little overeager in telling you that we were ready to go, but in honoring Councilmember Deschler's desire to approve the project, I am asking the council tonight to approve the police station project and direct staff to continue analysis of the bids, and we'll bring the bids back for award in January. And if you have any questions, Kraus Anderson, Wold Architect representatives are here, as well as Chief Reverend and Assistant Manager Terrace, who are both project managers for this project.
All right, Julie.
No, it has been kind of important to me that I want to see this through while I'm still on the city council, because we've been kind of discussing really the big need for them to have a new public safety facility. And so it's just kind of nice to put closure on something that you've kind of been involved in the conversations and the planning for 10 years. So I'm
Yeah.
thankful, and I appreciate that you're doing this.
All right. Questions on this item, anyone?
Well, I'll raise my hand for this one.
Yep, we're gonna, hold on, Therese.
Oh,
Mayor, is this typical, this number of bids? That seems very high to me.
Very high.
Well, as I mentioned in my memo, because we hired Kraus Anderson to be the project manager, the construction manager rather, I don't even remember the terms. Anyhow, we don't have a general contractor, so we broke out all the components individually. And Kraus Anderson will act as the general contractor, but we will get better pricing by doing this. But my understanding in talking to the Kraus Anderson and Wold folks is it is a good number of bids. It was competitive pricing and competitive bids. So we're very happy. But we need to do some more work before we can be happiest.
so you'll be writing the actual checks to pay these contractors
Correct.
as
The
they
checks will-
complete.
Correct.
So you're going to have to add a lot of new vendors, aren't you?
Correct.
It's still probably a big savings, though.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. The mayor will get a workout on some of the checks over 25,000.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's all right, that's all right.
Yes, but the intent is to save money on the project. to
Yeah.
get the best prices possible.
Well, good for you guys.
All right.
Well, if there's no more questions, were there
Well-
any more questions?
I don't know. Let's kind of make sure. Anybody else questions? I mean, this is the big ticket item. I mean, this is go time. Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Julie?
Then I will make the motion to approve the new police station project.
All right. Brendan, do you have a second?
I do have a second for that. Excited.
All right.
It is.
Thank you. Let's do a roll call vote.
Councilmember Kaiser,
You did? Did you get my second?
Aye.
All right.
Yep, we got your second.
Councilmember LaRoche,
Aye.
Mayor Adams,
Aye.
Councilmember Banks,
Aye.
Councilmember Budiszewski,
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. So Stephanie's happy. Our chief is happy. Thank you, Melissa, Jason, and it's Joel. Do you guys have any closing comments? I mean, it's kind of strange when you guys do so much work and then you show up to one of these votes and nothing's asked of you, and I almost feel bad. I mean, it's a good thing that we're moving forward, but is there anything that you've been itching to talk about in the process? Any of you? No, Joel? All right, Joel's out.
I think it's been a great process, and it was a good bid day. So
Yeah,
we're excited to move towards construction.
all right, awesome.
Absolutely. outstanding bid day, and we're looking forward to working with you guys through construction.
Yeah, this is a project that we just can't wait to have accomplished. It's been 10 years, it's been more than 10 years, a little bit more than 10 years, but Julie's seen the majority of the process, so, yeah. All right. Anything else? All right, thank you, guys. Let's move on to the next item, which is the 6th item on our agenda, and that is the contract for 2021 city manager, and you're talking about your own contract.
I know, I hate this.
I just,
I hate it.
we should really have somebody else talk about your contract.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yep.
As you recall, last week we had a work session to discuss my performance over the past year, and you were gracious enough to indicate that I should put an employment agreement for 2021 on this meeting's agenda. So you have that contract in front of you. I need to point out that I was so eager to put it on the agenda, I forgot to adjust the term to show 2021. So the one that Chrissy has for signing shows the term being January 1st through December 31st of 2021.
Awesome. Good.
So thank you.
All right. Any questions from the council? Seeing none. Julie?
Well, just a comment before I make the motion that I appreciate working with you over the years, and I know that Ann does a wonderful job, as well as all the staff here, but I'm thankful that you're going to be working for the residents and the staff and the businesses next year too. So with that, I would like to make a motion to approve the contract for Ann Norris for another year as city manager.
All right. Thank you. Nancy?
I will heartily second that.
All right. Let's do a roll call vote.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Oops, he's frozen.
Oh. I'll come back. Councilmember Budaszewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Coming back to Councilmember Banks.
He's frozen in time.
It's frozen.
Okay.
All right.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
Aye.
Aye. We got an aye. And it carries anyway. Welcome back. Welcome back, Brendan. All right.
Yes.
On our 6th item,
Aye.
the council will consider commendation for Julie Deschler. Now, this is in the form of a resolution, so I'm going to read the resolution and we'll follow it with a vote real quick. But I'd like to start by reading the resolution into the record. City of Crystal Resolution number 2020-116. Resolution commending Councilmember Julie Deschler. Whereas Julie Deschler has served as Crystal Council Member Ward 4 since November 2010, and whereas during her council tenure, she has served as Mayor Pro Tem, Crystal's long-term representative on the Northwest Suburban Cable Communications Commission, the City Council Liaison for the Parks and Recs Commission, and the President of the EDA Economic Development Authority. And whereas Councilmember Deschler was instrumental in the formation and the designation of the Quad Cities Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Initiative to support members of the military and their families in Crystal and neighboring cities. And whereas she took over the coordination of the Crystal Airport Open House to celebrate aviation and encourage a family day on Father's Day of each year. And whereas Councilmember Deschler is an advocate and supporter of the Blue Line Extension Light Rail Transit Project as a benefit to Crystal residents. And whereas Councilmember Deschler championed community pride and encouraged supporting the beautification of Crystal's commercial areas and neighborhoods. And whereas she has provided outstanding service and guidance in support of the city mission to improve and promote the quality of life for all citizens in Crystal and provide municipal services in a cost-effective, innovative, and professional manner. Now therefore be it resolved by the City of Crystal, the Crystal City Council, that the City Council offers its sincerest gratitude to Councilmember Deschler for her services and leadership. As Crystal City Council member representing Ward 4, she has made Crystal community a better place to live, work, and play. Adopted this 15th day of December 2020, signed by Mayor Jim Adams. I will call that a motion. May I have a second, please? John, let's do.
I hardly second that motion.
All right, let's do a roll call.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
I better recuse myself.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to go before we go, or you want us to go first? It's your choice.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, you go for it. You have the floor.
I just wanted to say, that I've been pleased to represent the residents of Ward 4 and businesses for about 10 years. I've enjoyed working with all the other council members over the years to implement, things as city ordinances, hopefully that work for most of the community, to work together to help achieve a sensible annual city budget without breaking the bank of the residents, but at the same time retaining core services for our community. Working together to improve transparency and open communication between city staff, council, residents. Work towards planning the new public works building. Worked on projects that improved our parks for the community. Planning our new police department, and there's so many, the list just goes on and on. Over the years, I've really been blessed to be able to attend and even learn so much through community events. Some of them city-sponsored, some privately sponsored, but some of the things that, as a council member, we're allowed, or, we go to, or, Night to Unite, that's the annual neighborhood get-togethers. Crystal Frolics, we've got community members such as Lynn Haney that just do a wonderful job organizing that. The Crystal Airport Open House has been very near and dear to my heart. Of course, the Quad Community Beyond the El Ribbon initiative to help our military veterans in the community. Blue Line Now Coalition. There's been public works, plow-along rides, which is kind of exciting, and residents are, have the ability to do that. I'm not sure right now with COVID they do, but in the future sometime. Police ride-alongs, the birthday brigades, West Metro Fire Department local blood drives, Crystal Lions corn feed that we put on, the different litter pickup days along Broadway and Bass Lake Road, Winterfest. Remember, we used to bag groceries at Cub Foods for tips, and we would donate those to the local food shelf. And again, there's so many events that we got to participate in. But I guess in closing, I just want to thank my council partners, city staff, who you've all been tremendous source of knowledge and help to me over the years. Yes, most of all, though, I'd like to close by saying thank you to the residents and businesses in Ward 4 who voted for me and believed in me to represent them. I'll miss each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best in 2021 and beyond. Thank you. I almost got through without.
Almost. But that's okay. That is so okay. Are there any council members who'd like to say anything? Go ahead, Nancy.
Julie, I know I'm going to be starting my second term as council member, but I vividly remembered you when I first signed up for the Park and Rec Commission, and you attended some of those meetings. That's where I first met you and saw how heavily involved you were in the community, and how many people just looked up to you, and they still do, respect and admire and appreciate you. I really appreciate all of your support and mentorship when I ran for council, all the things I've learned and the things I was able to do to help you with the organizations that you serve on, making Ward 4 and all of Crystal a better place, a cleaner place too. And just, your lunches for city staff and public works and all the little things you do, you're always, always thinking about others. And we are going to miss you so dearly, and you will be sorely missed and very long remembered, Julie. I'm sorry I couldn't be there tonight. I have your parting gift. We're going to get together for breakfast. Hopefully that breakfast pizza at Steve O's.
Yeah, I would like that. They do have.
Go ahead.
They do have good breakfast pizzas there.
It's really good. I never knew they had it until you took me there and met me for breakfast that day to plan for one of the bowling events. But I really will miss you, Julie. We will carry on in your footsteps. We will help continue those great organizations and those fundraisers. I pledge to promise to do my part to help where I can. And just all the best to you, Julie. We will miss you, and I look forward to seeing you on the outside.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Nancy. Anyone else wish to say anything? Go ahead, Therese.
Julie, I just want to say thanks for your service to our city. You've made it a better place, and I don't think we've seen the last of you. So you're stepping down from the council, but I expect to see you still involved, and thanks.
Oh, thank you.
All right. John, go ahead.
I'd just like to say, just thank you very much for, all your years of service. I've learned a lot from you, especially this past year sitting next to you. I mean, I think it's, for me as a council member, I mean, you and I have butted heads. We've joined up on things. We voted in the majority. We voted in the minority. We've had some knockdown dragouts. What can I say? I will miss the side bets. So hopefully someone else will be able to join me in that game. But other than that, just thank you very much. You do a great job. You're going to be missed, and I just feel like we're going to miss you a lot because you were willing to stick your neck out a few times on issues that might have been difficult for most people on the council, and you're just willing to go like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to just say what I have to say and make sure that the people I represent in Ward 4 are represented. And if there's anything that anybody brings to the council is that, understanding of, why we are here is, to be able to voice on behalf of people at the grassroots. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you, John. All right. Anyone else?
Brennan. Can you hear me now?
We can.
All right. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. Julie, I just wanted to say thank you for everything. From our little moments of taking chocolates from each other to just even you have you put off a tough persona, but you have a very big heart. And there's one thing that will always stick with me after a tough council meeting. You called to check on me to make sure that I was okay, and so that just always sticks with me. But then your service and your passion, and so thank you. You'll be missed. I'm going to miss our little thing of taking chocolates from each other, but it'll be good.
We both like Dove chocolate, so that's the story. We fight over them a little bit.
All right. Any staff that are here? Are they anyone interested in saying anything? Stephanie, Chief Reverend.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Deschler, I can't thank you enough for all you did in support of the police department. Without you, I'm not sure that we would have 2 canines, quite frankly. You have been instrumental in setting up those fundraisers because of West Metro Fire, because of the VFW, because of the Lions. I sincerely cannot thank you enough. And like everyone else has said on this panel here, you truly are going to be missed. But like Councilmember Budiszewski said, and Councilmember LaRoche and Kaiser, you're not going anywhere, because I know that you have my phone number and you know you can reach out to me anytime. So thank you very much for all you've done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Troy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, Julie, I've truly enjoyed working with you, and I really do wish you all the best in your adventures now that you're going to have Tuesday nights free.
Oh, I know.
Next chapter is
Grandma.
So, yeah.
Fun.
Exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? All right. I would like, Sarah?
Yes, Julie, I would want to just thank you so much for all your service. You have been so supportive of everything we've done, and you will truly be missed.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
No, thanks for all you guys do. You're the heroes.
All right. You know, boy, Julie, it's been 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 8 years, and we've seen a lot of changes. And in fact, we did a podcast that talked about some of those changes. And just, you know, for the public, we did kind of a farewell podcast as well for Julie. So we went over some of her remarkable impacts on the community. And, you know, obviously this resolution covers them. But, you know, to have a list like that, it doesn't capture who you are. You know, in 8 years, we went from complete strangers to well, let me just talk about you. I've seen your heart, and I love what I see in your heart and how you serve the community, how you serve the different citizens, and you are certainly a citizen-driven leader. And to me, I think every single one of us on this council can strive to do what you've done in your 10 years. And I think that is probably not only a very noble thing to do, but it's also what we're supposed to do and strive to do. And you certainly succeeded at a level. And I'm happy to have gotten to know Julie Deschler as the person and to see your heart. So that's been my favorite part about knowing you. So thank you for obviously your service, but also for who you are.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So we do have a copy of the resolution for that
thank
list.
you.
So that's
Okay.
that's for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
And this is something maybe the camera can see, but it's a
That
flag.
is so exciting because I just had a raised flower garden made.
Awesome. So she has a crystal flag
Yeah,
for
now
her flower garden.
I got a perfect spot for it, so thank you.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one too.
So, and then again, you were part of the era when we created that flag, so that's awesome.
Well, I think it was Nancy LaRoche that came up with the design.
It was a combination. I think we had some staff people help with that as well, and other council members too. So, yeah, that is. You're an agenda item. I feel so horrible calling you an agenda item. You're so much more than an agenda item.
That's all right, on the last agenda.
But that is the last agenda item, and we do have a few announcements I'll go over real quick with everyone. City offices will be closed December 24th and December 25th in observation of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day holidays. The offices will also be closed on January 1st in observation of the New Year's Day holiday. The next City Council meeting will be Tuesday, January 5th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers at City Hall. It says via Zoom. I think we are still able to do hybrid. We're doing swearing in too. So chances are there's going to be quite a few people actually on site at that particular meeting. And then the City Council meeting work session, all the work sessions and all the council meetings are available online for your listening or viewing, and that's available at crystalmn.gov. Do we have any other announcements? Nancy?
Julie and I were both asked by Bonnie Golash to help promote a couple of things that she started here in Crystal, which are really fun. one of them got the attention of media. She set up, Where is Crystal the Snowman? And it's a lawn ornament, basically, lawn decoration, but she had the idea of dressing Crystal the Snowman up and placing the snowman around different homes and areas around Crystal, sort of like Where's Waldo? And it's really been a fun thing. Right now, I saw on Facebook this morning that Crystal is up at City Hall, but he's been popping up all around the neighborhoods around Crystal. She also, Julie, did you hear about Heartening Day?
Yes, the 31st, yeah. I signed up.
Yep. Oh, good, me too. And this is a way to spend the day sharing on the last day of the year, Thursday, December 31st, just to write some kind words on somebody's wall on Facebook, just to increase cheerfulness or confidence and encourage our fellow neighbors and friends. So thank you, Bonnie, who lives in Ward 2, Section 1, for all that you do and have done on your commissions too. But Julie and I both promised to help her promote that and enjoy.
So do you know how often the snowman is moved?
He's been around, I think this is the 4th location. It just started about a week or two ago. It's been in Winnetka Hills, up on the north side, Kentucky, I think somewhere up in Ward 2. You know, I'm not sure. Oh, Valley Place in my neighborhood.
So pretty often.
I'm thinking about 4 to 5. What do you think, Julie?
Every couple days.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Okay.
I don't think he's been in Ward 4 yet, though.
No, it needs to be in friendly Ward 4. I'm sure he's making his way up there. But if people want to host Crystal the Snowman, just look on Facebook for Where is Crystal the Snowman, and if you'd like to offer your place, let her know. It's a fun opportunity. Also, if I could, just one quick late-breaking thing. I saw on Facebook that Toys for Tots has done amazingly well in Chief Revering. I was just wondering if you could give us an update. Is she still there?
Yep, I'm here, sorry.
Hey. That's okay.
So I believe it was December 10th, last week, that we delivered a large amount of toys. I think we had almost 3 full boxes and then some of toys that our lovely community members donated. And we're very appreciative for that. And thankfully, our explorers and some of our police officers were able to get to Care 11 and deliver those toys to the Marine Corps.
That's really
Awesome.
nice.
Thank you. All right. Anything else? Any other announcements? All right. Stephanie. She's got to unmute though.
I do. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I'll take 2 seconds of your time, and I apologize in this forum to do this, but you may remember meeting my father, retired police chief Andy Revering, from the city of Anoka, and he was one of the first canine handlers in the state of Minnesota.
Oh, yes.
He wrote a book, and he wanted each of you to have this book.
Oh.
And so you're going to be getting a book. I'm going to be giving this one to Julie Deschler tonight, since it's her last council meeting, but each of you are getting yours in your packet for next week. You should have it. Please feel free to read it or not. Whatever you choose to do will certainly not offend me, but my dad was just very honored to have met all of you, and he was so appreciative of the fact that you just let us have a new second dog. So thank you very much for your support and your continued support. I really appreciate it.
Well, awesome. That's awesome. Love your dad.
Could is Chief Larson still here? Because I heard about seniors or Santa for seniors. I wondered how that went.
Councilmember LaRoche, Tia Santa Tia Senior did absolutely wonderful this year. We have a whole training room full of gifts that we're going to be delivering on Thursday, and we're very excited about that. You can still drop them off at the fire station until Thursday at about noon.
Thank you for doing that.
Do you need any help doing any deliveries, or?
I think we're good. We're going to try to keep it to as minimal people as possible.
Okay.
All right.
Because a few of us aren't working, we're on COVID shutdown, so we have time.
There is one other thing that we are partnering with Every Meal, and there is free food available in our lobby at the 4251 Xylon building. There's about a 4 to 5 pound bag of non-perishable food that anybody can pick up for their families if they need it.
All right. Thank you for sharing for that. Awesome. All right. We are done with announcements. Looking for a motion, Julie?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Looking for a second, John?
I second the motion.
All right. Let's do a roll call vote quick.
Mayor Adams?
Aye.
Councilmember Banks?
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky?
Abstain.
Councilmember Deschler?
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser?
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Well, everyone have just a wonderful holidays. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And we will see you next year. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Happy holidays, everyone. Good night.